Happy Christmas, you gorgeous rays of sunshine. Welcome to Notch to 11. Welcome to the Christmas video. And thank you, as always, for your unwavering support. This week, it's a Christmas video as such. It wasn't filmed particularly Christmassy, but it was filmed just a few short days ago. I was lucky enough to get down to one of our local clubs, the Clacton Metal Detecting Club, down to a place called Harwich, which is where I was born and bred, onto the fields, very close to a medieval church, with loads and loads of promise and loads of opportunity. So sit back, relax, enjoy the Christmas video, make sure you stick around for the roundup, and I'll see you in a bit.
The wonders of life got the prettiest side for everyone to enjoy. Standing up close by the Christmas tree, glimmering light, I am right where I wanna be. I will be home for a couple of days, wander around with you. You and me in the cold, thought it'd never be true. Wherever I go, I got you.
Oh, we're here. And there's always a lovely bunch, so a massive thanks to Adam and to Jill I saw, and to all the other team that are here for the Clacton Detecting Club. And it's nice to be back where I was brought up. So over that way somewhere is where I lived as a kid, and I'm back, so that's very cool. And actually in the distance, near that telephone pole, but beyond it, is the church I was talking to you about on the intro. So we're not a million miles away from it. And we started with something in the 80s. 88, and it was just a bit of copper, so I didn't bother filming that. And then we've got a 86, I think it was. Let me just have a... Yep, 86. So let's see what we got together. In here somewhere. Yep, oh, we could be off with a coin. Second hole of the day. It's very claggy. We've had tons and tons. I actually thought it would be cancelled yesterday. We had so much rain. But luckily it's still on. The ground has held up reasonably well. But it is a bit claggy. No, it's not a coin. It's a button. But we don't mind that. I'll give it a wipe if there's any pattern on it. I'll let you know. I think it looks pretty blank to me. Let's get going. Well, straight after that button to open with. Had a 56. I have picked it up already. I'm pretty sure I know what it is. Yep. That is a thimble. Oh, we don't mind that. Battered one. Oh yeah, it's proper muddy today. Yeah, it's a battered one, but a thimble it is. Yeah, you can just see the pattern on it there. Look. Oh, that's cool. We don't mind that. Excellent. Well, there's activity here. Let's see if we can find some of the good stuff. Next one is an 80. I thought I'd get the tripod out, as it's early days. Let's see if we can find something together. Not too many of us today. It's about 40, I would say, maybe 45. Right, dropped to a 79 now. So we've got plenty of room. There's about 80 acres, so we've got plenty of room for each to stay out of each other's way. Those that want to, of course. Right, let's see what we've got. You can see from the end of the pinpointer, it's everything you touch just sticks, look. Yeah, anyway, 79 I think, 80, 79. Looks like a lump of lead, doesn't look like it's anything particularly interesting, but if it is, I'll let you know. Well, I've had about 4 or 5 bits of lead, fragments of lead, since you last saw me, and I've walked through that really claggy field into a bit of a crop field, which we are allowed to dig in, heading towards the church, basically. And this was quite interesting because it's another bit of lead, but it was in the early 70s, and it's got a little square hole through it, so presumably that was a nail. Obviously that was nailed to something, and that shape looks like, you know, it was by design, so maybe part of an old building, something like that, window frame or something, which would suggest, again, even more activity. So, and I'm also very conscious that this video is likely to be coming out just a handful of days before Christmas. So to each and every one of you, to all my subscribers, to everybody that stops by, a massive thank you this year for all of your support, and of course wishing you all a very merry festive period, and looking forward to bringing you more content in 2024. But for now, we've got a bit of lead. Let's try and turn it into coins, shall we? Yeah, we've definitely got activity on this field, and always a clear sign of it is when you're walking along and you see this stuff, clay pipe, just laying on the surface. So some farmer or gentleman way back when, puffing away at his pipe, and just disposable they were, you know. Once you were done and they'd had their time, you just threw them away, and that's why we find so many bits of them. Yet to find a whole one, don't think I ever will on the fields. Yet to find a pipe bowl, which is the end of it, of course. But we'll take these. It indicates history, and it gives me inspiration to crack on. Well, the next one I think I'm glad I dug. At the bottom of that hole, about 7-8 inches down, is a disc-shaped thing. So we might be on our first coin, but before then, the reason I'm pleased I dug it is because it was a wispy 90s, but around it, you can see all that. There's a big lump of lead in there somewhere. Lump of iron, sorry. So it was very grunty in my ears, but there was a little nugget next to it, so it obviously separated it quite well with the Deus II. And that is what I said I might be glad I've dug. I don't know. It's a big old coin, whatever it is. If it's a coin. I think it is. Right, let's give it a wipe on the towel. Oh, it's a lovely morning. It's really mild. It's been super cold here recently. And super wet, but it's actually, you know, mild and really quite pleasant. But that said, we have got rain coming about lunchtime, so that's why I'm only staying for 4 hours, because if the forecast is true, we'll get absolutely covered in this field. Anyway, we've got something that resembles a cartwheel penny, I've got to tell you, but it looks like it might be a bit battered. Yeah, alright, I'm pretty sure that's another cartwheel, because it's so big and thick, or it's a big George III. Now, I think you can see a rim. Can you? Yeah, that's a cartwheel. Let me just give it a wipe with a towel. If I can get any detail, I'll come back to you, but that could be an absolute cracker. I never mind finding them, and this is my third. I had to wait the best part of 3 years for the first one, and then I've had 3 in relatively short succession. So, excellent. We're on the coins. We're on the cartwheel coins. See you in a bit. Yep, definitely a cartwheel. Excellent. I'm so pleased with that. And do you know what? I think that's Britannia's head there. So there might be a bit of detail there. And if you don't know already, I'm sure you do. Be dated 1797, and it's George III. And it's a whopper. Excellent. Let's crack on. Well, it's that time of year again where it's hard work. It's very wet, very cloggy, very claggy. So I'm not quite sure how many live digs I'll do, but we'll do a live reveal because this was quite nice. 92 on the Deus II. Yeah, about 6-7 inches down again. Right. And I'm about as far as I can go, or as close as I can get to the church. There we are. 92. And it's a modern coin, isn't it? You can tell by that unmistakable orange. Yeah. That is I think probably an old 5p or something like that. Yeah, it's a coin though, and we don't mind that. Be 1970 something probably, I don't know. Or was it a penny? Not sure. Either way, it's a Queen Elizabeth II, something or other. Oh, there you go, it's a 1p, look. You can see the 1 and the portcullis. Yeah, that's alright, we don't mind that. Be 1971, I would imagine. Cool, right. Second coin of the day. Very wet. You know, easy swinging, but unfortunately not the easiest to dig in. It's very claggy and hard work. Anyway, we got one in the 70s, which I'm expecting is going to be a button, but it's round. I thought we'd at least have a look at it together in case it's a coin. Yeah, it might be a coin actually. Bit of a crusty one, I think, but yeah, I was convinced that was going to be a button, to be honest. It might still be. Right, let me give it a clean. Back to you in a sec. Yeah, I think it is a coin. It's a farthing, I think, but very crusty. So I'm not sure we're going to find much about that, off that, I should say. That said, it's our third coin, so we're not complaining. We've been going about an hour and a half, I suppose. Plenty of lead, plenty of clay pipe and surface stuff. And yeah, lots of just little fragments of bits and bobs, but 3 coins. So we can turn one of these to a silver one. See you in a bit. Big word time, folks. Coming up, 75 is a keyhole escutcheon. Yeah, it's quite nice, like shield shaped. So yeah, an interesting one. Always makes you wonder, doesn't it, how this has ended up smack bang in the middle of a field. Presumably because there was a dwelling here once upon a time, but you just don't know, do you? Could be just, you know, junk that's been chucked on the field over the years. You just don't know. But that would have held a key in a door or a chest or something like that once upon a time. It'd be nice if we could find the key to go with it, and ideally the trunk of treasure. But yeah, unlikely. See you in a bit. Finding quite an amount of small lead on this particular field. I think this is the first one where I can safely say it's proper something. Nice and round. Look, some markings on the back by the looks of it, and it's tiny, so I reckon that's a little token, little lead trading token or something from way back when, medieval presumably. Yeah, well, that's very cool. Nice and thin and small, coming up as a 50, a solid 50 on the Deus II. So yeah, excellent. Well, we don't mind that. Moving on. Next one is a lovely 84. And you can probably see by the state of my wellies and my trousers just how hard work this is. But I love it. I absolutely love it. It's asked me to get another 2 or 3 hours of doing it, but it's good fun. It's hard work finding stuff, mind, but it's good fun. Oh, everything sticks, look. And I mean everything. Oh dear. Nothing there yet. Oh, hoping for my 4th coin, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Oh, oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Where are you and what are you? That's more lead. Shush, there's more lead. And it's big lead this time. So we've gone from a tiny little lead token to a whacking great lump of lead. Ah well. Next one. 64. I have dug it up and I've obviously replaced most of the crop bit. But this is what we've got left. And I don't know if you can see what I can see, but I'm pretty sure standard for notch to 11. I'm pretty sure that's part of a crotal bell. A bit broken, yeah, but yeah, that's exactly what it is. Oh, wicked. Yeah, I love it. Never mind that. I've lost count now of how many bits I've got. I've got quite a few ringers, but this is sadly far from its days of ringing. But yeah, that's a nice little bit of crotal bell, that. And obviously it's really hard to field clean anything because it's just so wet and muddy. But yeah, awesome. Little bit of crotal bell. Coming up as a 64 on the Deus II. Awesome. Got about 2 hours left, so let's keep cracking on. Next one was a very faint 90. And as you can see from that hole and where the end of my digger is, it's, well, I would say it's about a foot down. Finally got to it, starting to give up if I'm honest. It was really hard going. And I'm not sure that I've been rewarded particularly, but it's a bit of green. And it's kind of oval in shape with a bit of an edge to it, a bit of a rim in there, look. And something on the back, so possibly a little horse brass or a mount or something, I don't know. And I'm not going to clean it any more than that for obvious reasons, but yeah, it was worth a dig, I think. but you know, nothing spectacular. Cool, we'll move on. Well, the next one's quite interesting. It's in the high 70s. Just found that tiny little pistol shot and no more than about 10 foot from it. Is this thing? And I have no idea. When it's green. What is das? Ooh, is that what I think it is? Oh, I think it is. That's part of a little toy rifle, isn't it? That being the butt, and that being the barrel, so to speak, and that being the trigger. Is that right? Am I saying that right? I don't know. Yeah, got to be, isn't it? Oh, that's well cool. Yeah, look. Oh, yeah. It's obviously snapped. It would have been a bit longer than that for obvious reasons. This is a sawn-off shotgun. Yeah, that's very cool. Right, I think that deserves a bit more of a clean, don't you? Cool. Back to you in a sec. Excellent. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And if my memory serves me correctly, they're known as petronels. And they were actually, you know, fireable. You could actually put a charge in these and set it off. Yeah, petronel. So presumably this would have looped round and there would have been where obviously the trigger, so to speak, or the, you know, the hand piece. That's the butt, that's the barrel. Yeah, that's wicked. I'm so happy with that. That's a lovely bit of social history from the fields of Essex near the coast. Awesome. Oh, brilliant. Put that in the box then and see if we can find a few more. See you in a bit. 87. Wonderful signal, wonderful tone. Had to be a coin. It's a doorknob. Or a finial. Or some sort of fixing, I don't know. It's quite pretty and it's very heavy and very green, but I think that's rather furniture-y and definitely not coiny. Ah well, we persevere. Well, this beautiful tree behind me has been my destination for about the last hour as I've walked across the fields. And yeah, it's been okay. We've still got about 45 minutes to go, so I'm hoping that there'll be 2 or 3 more finds, so stay with me, stay tuned. I'm kind of heading in that direction. You can see the cars and things, and that green field behind it is where I've been earlier today. So I'm heading back towards the cars now. But I want to stop here and have a quick cup of coffee and then have my last 45 minutes as I swing back. And it's been brilliant. I've really enjoyed it. I mean, it's been quite warm, but I'm not sure if I mentioned it earlier, but we've got really bad weather coming our way. I'm not sure whether the camera's doing it justice, but it started to rain just now, and at some point it's going to get super heavy, which is why one of the reasons I'm only staying till 1, so I can get away before I get absolutely soaked, because it's no fun when it gets like that. Yeah, so stick with me. Hopefully another couple of finds. But we've had the cartwheel penny, we've had 3 or 4 other coins, we've had bits of lead, including possibly a lead token, we've had a musket ball, bits and bobs, and of course that beautiful little toy gun, a little petronel. So yeah, hopefully we'll find a few more. Failing that, stick around for the roundup, because I need to wish you Merry Christmas, if nothing else. So I'll see you in a bit. So there we are. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing, and also thank you, of course, for your support throughout 2023. That was the Clacton Harwich dig. Really enjoyable few hours. Until of course the rains came. Very stodgy, very muddy, very claggy, so it was really difficult. In fact, I've just cleaned my Deus II and it was probably as muddy as it's ever been since I've owned it, but great fun. Not too much on the finds front for me. Loads and loads of targets, tons of stuff, as you'll be seeing now coming up on your screen, but unfortunately none of the shinier stuff for me this time around, although tons of it came up. I was lucky enough, of course, to find the cartwheel penny, 1797, King George III, Mad King George. Not in the best of conditions, not as good as the other 2 I found, but still very happy with that. But my favourite find of the day is that lovely petronel, the 16th or 17th century toy gun. I called it a sawn-off shotgun on the fields, which is quite apt for Essex in the UK. But actually it's not missing too much of the barrel. It's only about 1 centimetre short of what it would have been when it was new.
and an amazing little piece of social history from some young lad back in the day on the fields of Harwich, probably even firing it at other things. But yeah, really pleased to get that. That's going to give lots of TLC and a bit of a clean up, and go up there somewhere next to my toy cannon, which I found recently. So that's it by way of a roundup, but I did just want to spend one more minute saying a massive thank you to each and every one of you. I could not do this YouTube malarkey without your support, and your likes and your comments throughout the year is what keeps me going. I get a couple of thumbs down pretty much on every video. That's okay. I presume you're not watching, but if you are, I'm sending you a lovely Christmas hug. But for everybody else, thank you so much. It's been an amazing year. I've been so lucky to be part of the LP affiliation scheme. So massive thanks to LP, but most importantly, a massive thanks to you who have been using the LP discount code, which is obviously notched 10 nowadays. We changed that halfway through the year, but ultimately a massive thank you for using that. I really do appreciate it. It's allowed me to do what I do, to get out with the kit, the recording stuff, the audio bits and bobs, and be able to pull all of this together for your enjoyment. So thank you so much for using that from the bottom of my heart. And of course, it's been an amazing year. We've had so many group weekenders this year. We've had the East of England where we froze back in March. We've had Detectivals, both the muddy spring one and the beautiful sunny autumn one. I've been on my first Let's Go Digging Sudbury events. Some amazing finds and amazing history came up there. But most importantly, throughout all of that, and all the people that I've collaborated with over the year, it's been you, it's been us doing this together and enjoying it together that's made it all worthwhile. I've met some amazing friends this year in 2023, by far my best year of metal detecting in my opinion. Some friends for life, and I look forward to getting out with those and seeing those and having a beer with those in the new year. But a special 3 thank yous to the lovely Carl, the lovely Mark and the lovely Jelly. Without those 3 individuals, half of my videos, or certainly a large part of my videos, wouldn't be coming out to you, because they've been so kind to let me come onto their fields, their farms, their permissions, and actually film my videos from their land. So a massive thanks to you 3, I really do appreciate it. Looking forward to getting out with you as well in the new year and making loads of great memories, loads of great content I hope, and finding loads of amazing history. So that's it from now. All it remains for me to say is have a wonderful Christmas. Don't forget though, it's not a wonderful Christmas for everybody. So make sure if there's anybody around you that's not quite feeling it, that's a little bit sad, don't be afraid. Make sure you reach out to them and help them as much as you can. So that's it from me. Have a great festive period. There will be a video in between Christmas and the New Year, although it won't be a Christmassy one. And then of course I look forward to bringing in the New Year with you and everything that 2024 brings. So as always, thanks again, and we'll see you in a bit.